Greetings, greetings, disruptors. Greetings, 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 disruptors. I um I wanted to go live because it's been on my heart to talk about my why and clear vision. And for a number of reasons. Because clear vision is something that I didn't have for a long time. And when I say a long time, I mean a really long time, like decades. And um, I think it's really important to have clear vision because when we go through things, based upon what we've been through, it's a strong likelihood that we're looking at things through that lens of what we've been through. And what I've come to know as my vision has gotten clearer, that it makes a big difference. You see the world through your own lens, not someone else's. And it gets you in touch with your heart, your spirit, your mind, your intuition, and all of those things. And I'm just talking. I prayed before I got on here, so there is no set intention other than to talk about um, when I got really clear and went inward and was working to heal myself, to understand myself better, to get to know myself, and come back to myself because I had been lost for a very, very, very long time. And I say that three times because it was almost it was about 30 years. Um, I had been through tremendous grief when my husband died. I was 23. We had only been married 7 months. And so it was more traumatic than I really realized the impact that it would have on me. And so, fast forward, um, those who may or may not know my story, I went through a narcissistic and toxic marriage. And in that marriage, and my desire to be a Christian, a wife, a business owner, and a mother, and show up in all those spaces and places that I thought I was supposed to be, I lost myself. I became disconnected from myself. And it was never something that I thought would even imagine. I didn't know that that was something that could really happen until it happened to me. And when I thought I was on the other side of it because I got divorced, I wanted to figure out, like, well, what's going on with me? How did I end up here in the first place? And it was in that season and that time as I was inward in my prayer room and I was asking myself the questions: how did I get here? What's going on with me? A lot of things revealed itself. One, it revealed that I knew I needed support, that I had gotten in a lot of situations for support, believing, that I needed a man to help me bring a vision to life that I had been given before I got married. That vision today is called the Midwest Way, and bringing a gourmet sauce to market. We have merch. We're for profit with nonprofit tendencies. And then along that way, I got a life coach because I needed me, somebody to show up for me the way that I was showing up for everybody else in my life. And when I did that and I found Feminine Success, Yaya Smith, and I realized, coaching is a profession. I had been doing that for over 30 years for free. And I don't know why. I had no idea that it was a profession. And so, as I was on my healing journey and I was getting free and going through visioning exercises and talking about and thinking about what my dreams and desires were, because I had forgotten them. I really had. And it just unlocked so many things in me. And so one of the things was, hmm, I would do this for free. This is what I would really want to be doing. I do it innately, I do it without trying. It's really easy for me, all of the things, right? And so I thought, well, while I'm getting coached and healing, I will also get certified as a life coach. So I did that along the journey. But by the time I got to the end of the journey almost, and I needed to get my own clients, I still wasn't ready. And so I needed a little bit more time. And the desire though didn't leave. And I just learned so much about myself. And that brings me to, in knowing that and understanding that and pursuing the coaching, the thing that is really important is to get clear on the why you're really doing it. Because the other part of that is I was doing the life coaching and I was doing it because I just love it and helping people feel empowered and confident and getting unstuck because so many are unstuck. But the other part of that was I had this vision that I couldn't shake. And it was the vision for the Midwest Way. I didn't know it at the time. I thought it was a vision that I was supposed to be helping my husband with at the time. And then in my quietness and going inward, Spirit told me that I was given the vision because it was for me. If it had been for him, it would have been given to him. And that's when I realized, though, that's what held me in reason why I stayed in the marriage for so long, for a number of reasons. Um, Religion, you know, what I believed being a good Christian was, you know, all the things that the Western patriarchal Bible tells us, all of the things that society says that, serve others and someone's going to come along and make you happy and you build this life together and all of that. But more and more as a woman, that I was just supposed to give so much of myself and not knowing how to take care of myself mentally, physically, emotionally, um, showing up for the things that were important to me, putting myself first on my own list, like real self care. Self care is really taking care of myself so that I can even be available to do all the things that I'm called to do in the world. And so, what I realized is okay, I still got this vision that I have been driving me for so long, and this desire to be an entrepreneur. I see myself as an entrepreneur. So, as I got closer and closer to feeling healed and feeling ready that I can do this and all the things, I felt like there was a missing piece. If I was really going to do it, then I also wanted business coaching. I wanted to understand how to help someone else when they got well and empowered. What if they wanted to start their own business? What if they realized they had a vision and they wanted to be an entrepreneur or whatever that looked like for them? I wanted it to be full circle that I could help them and give them the full package rather than just half of it, right? And so along came a business certification that really spoke to me. after I had read We Should All Be Millionaires by Rachel Rogers, and I attended her first conference in Puerto Rico at ROI, right on the heels of my rites of passage ceremony with Queen Afua and becoming a sacred woman. So there were steps in my journey of healing, reconnecting with myself, finding my femininity again, because I felt like I had not been operating in that in a very, very long, but more my masculine energy. And then right after I was ending the program, and then along came Sacred Woman and Queen Afua's book in my path that I had tried to read years before that and just could not get through it. I couldn't get past the first section of the Nubian philosophy. So many things were called into question that I had already been questioning um, spiritually, around spirituality, and the fact that I could never identify and see myself in the Bible. Identify as a Christian, I believe the principles, but I didn't really see femininity and the woman. It everything was from a male perspective, and it just never sat right with my spirit. But I was doing what everybody else in the world was doing, right? That was around me, and the models that I had in the Pentecostal church when I was raised by my grandmother, in the Baptist church when I married my husband, and then even my third husband being a Jehovah's Witness and attending the hall with him. It just seemed so one sided, and it just wasn't fitting. But I was wearing a mask, I was showing up, I was doing all of the things, but something just not sitting right with my spirit, right? And then compromising my spirit because I was just going through all these motions, wearing the mask, all the things. I'm sure some of you ladies can relate. And so when the coaching opportunity came up, I knew after, and I had I'd taken a challenge for it with Rachel, the Make Your Money Moves, and it was like getting me in momentum to prepare for one, prepare for my ascension, because I was going in January to Los Angeles to ascend as a sacred woman. And I did that because I wanted something to where I would never ever forget who I was again. And so tapping into my ancestral culture and learning all about that, it really lit a fire in me. It made me feel protected. It gave me a community of like-minded women that had been through some extremely traumatic things. It gave me a framework of how to truly take care of myself, as well as the Feminine Success School and the blueprint of what femininity really looks like, who your true self is, your true essence. And then lo and behold, here comes the business coaching. Every intention that I set, it was showing up for me. It was meeting me right where I need to be. And I was in the energy and the spirit of that. And so I went to ROI in Puerto Rico, and I knew when I got there, if she offered business coaching, I was signing up. And lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. She offered business coaching, and I said yes, without a doubt. And one of the things that happened was she announced that she was starting the certification program. Her company is called Hello 7, and she was certifying Hello 7 coaches because the business was growing, and she wanted to be able to serve all of the women that um, she was being called to serve. It was a movement. And what does that look like? Thousands of women and people of color and the underserved and the LGBT community, and us being able to recognize and understand that we could be millionaires because we got shit to do out here, right? Women want to serve the village. We're called to serve the village, and we can't do that without being able to take care of ourselves to help take care of the village. And so that's so key. The world had you thinking six figures is it, six figures is it. I've lived on a six-figure salary for quite some time, and it's not a fuck enough. Okay, it's just not enough. And what I started to realize, and when we started that program, one of the first things she asked, well, what's your why? Because at the end of the day, if you don't know your true why, you're going to lose your way. You're going to lose sight of the goals and the dreams and the desires and all of the things because you don't have something strong enough to get you there. You don't have a desire strong enough to get you there. And it's really your real why. It's not the things that sound nice and, oh, because I just want to serve. I just want to help. You do. I do. I did. But it was also the other things. And initially, I came up with 7. Today, I have 10 reasons why. And I'm going to share them with you. So I'm going to pull up my little note here on my computer. And so I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at my notes. So bear with me. And what they are truly my 10 reasons why I wanted to be a certified coach. My time freedom. I wanted to stop trading my time for money because when I was working for someone else, there was never enough time for me and the things that I truly desired. And it was starting to feel empty. It wasn't starting to feel, it wasn't no longer purposeful and like I was providing value because at the time, the person that I was working for was not seeing my value. It was to be able to take care of my mother comfortably, right? So that I could take care of myself and I could also take care of my mother because I wanted her to stop working. She had been working my entire life and I felt like she deserved to no longer have to work and just live her life however she saw fit. Um, Also to create and build a legacy of wealth for my family. Like, what does that really look like? Right? Because I was looking at it in someone else's lens and realizing, no, no, I'm playing small. That's not what I want. Not at all. To determine my own financial wealth, right? In being an entrepreneur, you get to decide. I got to decide. I get to decide. And I want that. I want to be limitless and open to all possibilities. Because some people that I want to serve and need my help cannot afford my services. And I want to be in a position to serve them. And that looks like some of the Christian women that I've been called to serve that are struggling with who they are after cutting ties in narcissistic relationships because I am her. I am her. And so I want to go out and go back and help those women because I know that I'm talking to you now directly, that you believe the same things, right? You needed a man. You thought you needed a man, but you're responsible for your own happiness. I learned that the hard way too. I thought somebody else was going to come along and make me happy and all of these things. And it just doesn't work that way. No one really knows what will make you happy. 9 times out of 10, you don't even know what will make you happy because you're doing things that other people told you you should be doing and how you should show up and all of those things. And especially if you're struggling, you've come disconnected from yourself. You don't know who you are. So you got to work to fall in love with yourself, to know yourself, to be yourself, become yourself. Yes, I went through that. So I know what it looks like. I want to be able to travel when and how I want to see the world and experience other Christians and cultures. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I desire that wholeheartedly. I've always wanted to be free. I love meeting people. I have um, just an innate concern for them. I see them fully. I have a knowing of knowing things about them and never even met them before. But on sight, I just know their energy. Also, I wanted to build my skill set to empower others in their life, their business, their mindset, and their money, because all of that ties together. It's all energy, it's all how you show up, and it was all how I was showing up. My mindset, my money beliefs, my money story, all of those things, my confidence, my self esteem, my self worth. Is any of this ringing a bell? Because these are the real reasons why you want to do things, right? Yours may look a little different from mine, but these are my truths. I also want to be able to enjoy and live my life comfortably, doing what I enjoy. I want to bring the vision of the Midwest way to the world. That was that vision that I had been given before I got married, and I thought I was supposed to be helping my husband with until I said, ask the spirit, like the Most High, like, you know, I gave the business up in the divorce, but I still see myself as an entrepreneur. Why did you give me all this vision to help him? And the spirit says, well, the vision was for you. If it had been for him, I would have given it to him. Oh my God. I could have been knocked over with a feather for sure because I was done. That's when I realized I had settled for all of these things to bring that vision to life. And now it's mine. I don't know about you. It's easy for me to show up for other people. I've been practicing it my whole life. So now building this muscle and practicing showing up for myself, it's a little tender. It's a little tender. Like even, getting on video and sharing these things, being visible and being vulnerable. It's a process. It is a process. I'm 5 years in now because all this hit the fan in 2019. So I'm 2 certifications in. Um, I'm working with a psychologist because I uncovered the traumas that I didn't know were there after being triggered by somebody that I worked with. And so it left me feeling more abused than being in the marriage because it was triggering me like I was still back in the marriage. So it's a lot when you go through these things. Narcissism and the impacts of it and the toxicity, it leaves invisible scars. I'm just working through and uncovering my invisible scars. And that's another topic that I'll circle back to at a later time. And I really, really, the 10th one is my desire to live a purposeful life on my own terms because I can. Now that I know that, now that I've walked this journey and I'm getting on the other side of things, it brings me purpose to be able to show up and serve the women that I know through lived experience that I can help them break free and know who they truly are, get to their divine essence, their power, their divine identity. That unlocks everything. And through visioning, you come to know that, right? You come to know the possibilities, the hope, all of those things. And what I created is the Clear Vision Workshop because my vision got clear. Actually, Spirit even gave me the name of the workshop. At first, I was calling it the Strategic Planning Workshop or something like that because I needed, when I got certified for my business coaching, I needed to do a workshop or something to announce my business to the world. Well, one thing I'm really, really good at is strategic planning and visioning. And so I did the vision workshop to help people really define their clear why. And it just excited me. I was able to use all my strengths, all my gifts. Who wouldn't want to show up doing what they really enjoy? Most of us don't, and most of you don't, because you don't believe that you can be successful and wealthy in doing the things that you enjoy. You know why? Because it's so easy for you. But I assure you, you can. You can do it. And I'm somebody that can help you do that. So that's why I created the Clear Vision Workshop. So I'm going to read my notes about the workshop and who the workshop is for and why it's beneficial. I'm dropping it. Actually, the links are already out on my social media, so you can register and sign up. I'll also drop it here in the comments. It's a work in progress. I just got the registration page together, and all the other pieces will fall in place because I had been, you know, doing all the things and not doing all the things, right? Doing the thing is getting it out here in the world. Probably a little bit of perfectionism and wanting things to be oh so right. I'm over that. Y'all gonna get this the way it is. We're gonna work through it, and I'm gonna serve you at my highest capacity. That's what's really gonna happen. You're going to be transformed. Your life is going to be changed. I've got clients and testimonials that that's exactly what happened. The first thing that I do in my programs, I have two: the Power and Divine Identity program, which is the empowerment program. And that's where if you're not strong enough and you're still struggling and you don't know who you are, that's where I help you figure that out. You read, I help you discover your power, your divine identity, so that you can have enough energy, strength, and capacity to live your own life on your own terms with purpose. And then I have the business coaching program, which is the Dreams to Reality program. Either one, we still need to do visioning because you got to define your why. You got to know how much it really costs to live that life that you desire, and what those whys are, so that you're going to need them to keep going, right? If you start that business, if you start to live the life that you desire, maybe it's working for someone that so you can work in your strengths and your gifts. You know, nurses, a lot of nurses, doctors, they work for others, but they know that that's what they've been gifted at. Same goes for you. It is possible. And the other thing that the workshop does for you is it helps you figure out money generating ideas, products, services, all of those things that you don't believe is possible. And so when you come to my workshop, we've got like minded individuals there that are also helping you with those money generating ideas. So you go away with a completed strategy of how to show up. Is so powerful and so phenomenal. And my clients, the success that they've having. I've got one client, she's already got over 50 money generating ideas, and she's just walking it through. She's showing up in her business and getting it all done. Let me take some water because this is pretty emotional for me. I didn't know how I was going to show up. But you know what I did know? I was going to show up. So what you gain when you come to this workshop, you identify your why, uncover your core motivation for building your dream life. We do the strategic planning and developing the roadmap to achieve your goals. So powerful. There's powerful networking, like I said, connecting with like-minded individuals. I also give you a free downloadable vision bingo card. So it's like playing bingo with your short and long term goals so that you can identify them and then put an X through them. When you, some people like, a vision board, but this I feel is a little bit better. It's a 10X because you can just track it as you go. So who is this workshop for? It's for any disruptor feeling lost and unfulfilled. Been there. It's for Christian women struggling with who they are. Help you see the possibilities again in your life and be in a community of like-minded individuals. It's for driven individuals seeking a change. You've been running that rat race and you ain't got nowhere close to the finish line, right? Entrepreneurs with business ideas but lacking clarity. It's a beautiful complement to your business plan. So join me and let's design your dream life together. I'm going to drop the link in the comments, and you can find it anywhere on my social media pages that you're finding me now. You'll see the link in the comment section. Okay. Drop me any questions if you have anything that comes up. You can always DM me, hit me at any time. Okay. I appreciate you, and I'll be back with you real soon. So until then, be good to yourself. Okay. Good night.